This episode will explore failure. You know, the fear of failure blocks many people from solving great problems or pursuing their dreams. We need to address how we manage fears and set up ourselves for success, not failure. We want failure to be truly impossible, and it can be. Let's define failure. Failure is missed expectation by others or ourselves. Failure is a lack of performance by a deadline. Failure is the inability to achieve. We need to redefine how we set expectations, timelines, and how we celebrate achievements along the way. We need to change our view from this to this. This teaching is not just a mind game or rationalization to ease your fear of failure. This is a real and practical approach to put failure in its proper place. There are two distinct domains, projects and creation. Let's first understand these two domains. Projects have finite start dates, progress milestones, and end dates. In this domain, you either succeed by meeting or renegotiating your deliverables, or fail by missing your deadlines. You perform or you don't. Creation is very different from projects. Creation occurs in cycles. We are on a journey of learning, creating, building, and strengthening. There is not an end. It is the cycle of life that creates experience and insights. Everyone around you, like your spouse, your family, friends, and bosses, all need to participate. Are you better today than yesterday? If yes, then your creation world is prosperous. Even a setback or a mistake is an exercise to build your capability and experience. Now, when we treat creation like projects, missed expectations will most often cause it to fail. And that's why startup companies often fail. They commingle these two domains of project and creation. A new idea, a new team, a new investment, combined with high expectations and time pressure, cause a project-focused judgment to occur. These two domains have been commingled without sufficient mitigation or contingency planning for the inherent risks. The integration of creativity with projects must be managed well. I have two questions for you. If you enjoyed your work, would you want to stop? Can your work become fun? Think about it this way. When portioning a bowl of ice cream, you don't throw away the rest of the gallon of ice cream. You put it away to eat another day. You enjoy your portion and look forward to your next bowl. It's fun. One difference between enjoying ice cream and work is judgment. We know beforehand that we will enjoy the ice cream and there is no judgment by others. Conversely, we know our work will be judged. Projects are work and will be judged as a success or failure. Creativity is enjoyed like ice cream with no judgment. You see, creativity thrives in a free spirit, not a judging environment. So how do you become free at least some of the time? Can you carve out 4 hours per week from your project work to practice creativity? Your long-term health and happiness depend on it. Now I want to address the elephant in the room that I've heard from many students. You may have more project work or all project work and no time for creative activities. Work does give you a sense of satisfaction and completion and progress, but it's also usually stressful due to the impending judgment that will come. Many want their work to have an endpoint so they can then enjoy themselves doing other things, the fun things. Let's talk a minute about fun. Eating ice cream and enjoying time with a friend are fun because they meet our human needs and carry no judgment. I define fun, F-U-N, as fundamental universal needs. Enjoying yourself is fun because the enjoyment is gently meeting one of your basic needs. Eating ice cream, for example, satisfies your need for certainty because it demonstrates goodness and pleasure are within your reach. Time with a friend fills a basic need for relationship. I will cover positive aspects of human needs in detail next time because healthy fun is critical to creativity. In this episode, I'm focusing on putting failure in its proper place. So let's look at each need briefly in regard to the fear of failure. What happens when you fail to meet a need? Failure in certainty might be a loss of financial stability or significant health event. Failure in uncertainty might be boredom or not taking vacation time. Failure in significance might be the lack of recognition or awards, being passed over for a promotion, or disrespect from others. Failure in growth might be living in a rut, your learning has stopped, or your challenges have stopped. Failure in free contribution might be selfishness, hoarding, or taking more than you're giving. And finally, failure in relationship might be a divorce, a break in a friendship, or death of a friend. Wow, these are all paralyzing negative thoughts. So recognize that your ego might be feeding you negativity similar to these to keep you on that known reliable path, doing things the same way over and over again. And that's why creativity, risk-taking, and the unknown road are so difficult. The key question here is, what can you do to eliminate every one of these sources of failure? Spend some time contemplating on this question. How do you remove fear as a controlling force? You see, you will not be free to create until you unchain yourself from fears and putting them in proper perspective. Failure is the same. It must be put in its proper perspective. A creativity coach can help you break those chains. The solution also requires a team-level agreement. You need a no-fear principle, a no-loser principle, which means there are no witch hunts and no one gets thrown under the bus. The team focuses on support, improvement, and managing risk well. We are better together. The competition is outside the company, not inside. Consider Steve Jobs as an example. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple in 1985 when revenue was $1.9 million. Do you consider that a failure? He was returned to Apple in 1996 and took over as CEO again in 1997. And when he died in 2011, Apple revenue was at $108 billion. So did he fail? Was it really failure in his life, or was his life a success? You see, that's really a judgment statement, but we're not looking at that. Overall, you really look at the most motivating traits of Steve Jobs, which were his resiliency, creativity, and ability to stay true to himself, regardless of judgment of others. He proved to the world it was wrong and changed the world around him. I hope this video episode has given some perspective on how to structure your creativity and assure that failure is impossible. Your stakeholders and team need to understand and know when domains of project and creation apply. See creativity as a non-judgmental place where you can think and express yourself more freely. Plan with great care this integration of new creative ideas into your projects. Thank you for your time and attention. Let's have some fun.